What if I told you that there's a love story so magical, so impossible, that it traveled across 500 years, crossed the deepest oceans, and defied death itself just to find its happy ending? Hold your breath, because today we're diving deep into the most enchanting Korean drama romance that made millions of hearts flutter worldwide, the legendary love story of Joon and Shim Chung from The Legend of the Blue Sea. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this isn't just another K-drama romance but a timeless tale of sacrifice, destiny, and love that refuses to be forgotten. Picture this: Spain, a beautiful coastal city, where a charming con artist named Joon, played by the incredibly handsome Lee Min-ho, is enjoying his vacation after successfully pulling off another scam, and suddenly his hotel room gets broken into by the most unusual girl he's ever met, a girl who doesn't understand money, doesn't know what chicken is, and looks at the modern world with the innocent wonder of a child. But here's the twist that will blow your mind: she's not just any girl, she's Shim Chung, a mermaid who emerged from the depths of the ocean, played brilliantly by the goddess Joon, and the moment their eyes meet, fate begins weaving a story that was written in the stars centuries ago. Now, before we go further, let me take you back 500 years to the Joseon era, because this love story doesn't start in modern Spain. Oh no, it started when a young nobleman named Kim Dam-ryong was drowning in the sea as a child and was saved by a beautiful young mermaid, and from that moment of rescue, an unbreakable bond was formed between a human and a creature of the sea, and Dam-ryong, touched by her kindness, named her Se-wa after his deceased younger sister, which means a bright, shining child. And as they grew up secretly meeting by the shore, innocent childhood friendship blossomed into the deepest, purest love you can imagine. But fate, as it always does, had cruel plans, because Dam-ryong was forced into an arranged marriage, and Se-wa, heartbroken and unable to transform her mermaid tail into human legs yet because she hadn't reached adulthood, made the most painful decision of her life. She erased Dam-ryong's memories of her and their love so he could live without the pain of longing for her, and this sacrifice, this selfless act of love, set the stage for a tragedy that would echo through time itself. Years passed, and destiny brought them together again when Se-wa was found trapped in a cave after a storm and brought before Dam-ryong, who was now a town official, and though he didn't remember her, something deep within his soul recognized her, and he made the compassionate decision to set her free. But this act of kindness triggered the wrath of a corrupt nobleman named Yang Sung-gil, who wanted to capture Se-wa to harvest her tears that turned into priceless pearls. And what followed was a tale of greed, betrayal, and political conspiracy, where Yang spread rumors that Dam-ryong was bewitched by an evil mermaid, causing him to be exiled. But the love between Dam-ryong and Se-wa had been rekindled, and Dam-ryong, who started having prophetic dreams about their reincarnations in the future, knew that their tragic fate would repeat itself unless someone intervened. On the night of Dam-ryong's exile, as he was being transported by boat, Yang and his men set a trap using floating lanterns to lure Se-wa to the surface, and as harpoons and nets attacked her in the water, Dam-ryong sensed the danger and jumped into the sea to save her. But in that heart-wrenching moment, Yang's son hurled a harpoon that impaled Dam-ryong from behind just as he reached Se-wa. And in the most devastating scene that left viewers sobbing, Se-wa, cradling her dying lover in her arms beneath the waves, thrust the harpoon deeper through his body and into herself, choosing to die with him rather than live in a world without him. And as their blood mixed with the ocean waters and Dam-ryong's jade bracelet, a symbol of their eternal love, slipped from Se-wa's hand and disappeared into the depths, their tragic love story seemed to end. But death is not the end when love is this powerful, because 500 years later, destiny would give them another chance. Fast forward to modern-day Seoul, where Joon has grown up to become a brilliant con artist with a tragic past of his own. His parents divorced, his father remarried a manipulative woman named Kang Seo-hee who only cared about money, and Joon, feeling abandoned and betrayed, chose the path of scamming wealthy, privileged people with his mentor Jo Nam-doo and genius hacker friend Tae-oh, using his sharp intelligence, charming looks, and an unusual ability to hypnotize people. But despite his success in the con world, there was always an emptiness inside him, a feeling that something, or someone, was missing from his life, and that missing piece was swimming across oceans to find him. When Shim Chung, the reincarnation of Se-wa, first encountered Joon in Spain, she had been following him because of an inexplicable pull towards him, and after Joon called the police on her thinking she was a thief, he noticed the priceless jade bracelet on her wrist, the same bracelet from their past life. and his curiosity led him to retrieve her from the police station. But what started as a simple interest in valuable jewelry turned into a chase scene when the businesswoman he had scammed sent gunmen after him, and in a moment of pure desperation, Joon and Shim Chung found themselves cornered on a cliff overlooking the sea with nowhere to run, and without hesitation, they jumped into the ocean together, and it was there, beneath the waves, that Shim Chung revealed her true form as a mermaid and kissed Joon, not out of romance but to erase his memories of her because she knew the danger she brought to his life. Yet even as she wiped his memories clean, she made a promise to herself that she would follow him to Seoul, and this is where their modern love story truly begins. 3 months later, after traveling across the vast ocean, Shim Chung arrived in Seoul, a naive mermaid lost in the chaos of the modern city, eating raw fish from markets, not understanding traffic lights, and causing adorable chaos wherever she went until she finally found Joon again, and when she appeared before him, Joon was tormented because he had gaps in his memories and photos from Spain showing him with this mysterious girl that he couldn't remember, and his frustration led him to interrogate her, demanding answers about who she was and why he felt this strange connection to her. And though Shim Chung hesitated to reveal the truth about being a mermaid, Joon curiosity won over his caution, and he brought her to his house and gave her the name, Shim Chung, which ironically means, extremely stupid, in Korean because of her innocent ignorance about human life. And what started as a temporary arrangement turned into days of living together, and with each passing day, something beautiful began to bloom between them. As Shim Chung learned about human life, how to eat properly with utensils, how to wear clothes correctly, how to behave in society, Joon found himself drawn to her pure heart and honest emotions, something he had never experienced in his world of lies and deception, and gradually, he began to hear her inner voice, a sign that their souls were connecting across the barriers of time and species, and through these thoughts, he discovered the truth. She was a mermaid, and if he didn't love her, her heart would literally harden and stop beating, and this revelation terrified him because Joon was someone who had built walls around his heart after being hurt by his family, but Shim Chung's unconditional love and sacrifice slowly broke down those walls brick by brick. Meanwhile, the universe seemed determined to replay their tragic Joseon fate because Joon evil stepmother Kang Seo-hee, the reincarnation of Yang's greedy concubine, hired a murderer named Ma Dae-young, the reincarnation of Yang Sung-gil himself, to kill Joon so her son could inherit the family fortune, and she was also secretly poisoning Joon father with toxic herbs, playing a long game of manipulation and murder. And when Ma Dae-young attempted to kill Shim Chung, she defended herself by erasing his memories, but in doing so, she accidentally absorbed his memories and saw the complete tragic story of Dam Ryong and Se-hwa, learning for the first time about their past life and the horrible fate that awaited them if history repeated itself. Joon too began experiencing vivid dreams of his past life as Dam Ryong, and when his friend Cha Shur-ah, who worked as a conservationist and happened to be the reincarnation of Dam Ryong's wife, discovered a time capsule commissioned by Dam Ryong 500 years ago containing his portrait and a warning message that read, "Everything is repeating itself," Joon realized with chilling clarity that unless he changed their fate, he and Shim Chung were doomed to suffer the same tragic ending as their past selves, and this knowledge made their love even more precious and urgent because every moment together could be their last. The chemistry between Lee Min-ho and Joon Ji-hyun was absolutely electric, from the funny moments where Shim Chung innocently misunderstood modern life and ate everything raw with her hands, to the heart-fluttering romantic scenes where Joon would look at her with such tender love that viewers could feel it through the screen, to the passionate kisses that made everyone's hearts race. Their relationship developed naturally from strangers to friends to lovers who couldn't imagine life without each other, and there were so many beautiful moments that became iconic. When Joon first held an umbrella over crying Shim Chung in the snow, just like he did in their first meeting in Spain, when he playfully teased her and carried her to bed when she tried to study, when he declared that he would remember her even if she erased his memory 100 times because she was engraved in his heart, when Shim Chung explained the 3 types of love, romantic love, hot love, and dirty love, with such innocent curiosity that it became one of the drama's most memorable quotes, and when Joon the con artist who never believed in anything, started believing in destiny, reincarnation, and the power of love that transcends time and death itself. But every beautiful love story must face its darkest hour, and for Joon and Shim Chung, That moment came when Ma Dae-young and Kang Seo-hee's evil plans reached their climax. Joon Jae's father was murdered with poison, and when the truth was finally exposed and Joon Jae confronted his stepmother and stepbrother Chi Hyun with evidence of all their crimes, Chi Hyun, driven mad by jealousy and rejection because his father never truly loved him, grabbed a police officer's gun and aimed it at Joon Jae, and in that split second, Shim Chung, without any hesitation, threw herself in front of Joon Jae and took the bullet meant for him, and as she collapsed into his arms with blood spreading across her chest, Joon Jae's world shattered because the prophecy from their past life was coming true. Once again, he was holding his dying love in his arms. Once again destiny was trying to tear them apart, but Shim Chung, being a mermaid with incredible healing abilities, survived the gunshot wound that would have killed any human, making a miraculous recovery that astonished the hospital staff. Yet even though she survived, she was still in recurring pain because the bullet had struck her heart, and she knew that without returning to the ocean to heal completely in her natural element, her damaged heart would eventually give out. The doctors couldn't understand why she wasn't fully recovering, but Joon Jae knew the truth, and faced with the most painful decision of his life, he made the selfless choice to let her go back to the ocean so she could heal and live, even if it meant living without her, even if it meant his heart would break into pieces, because true love isn't about possession, it's about wanting the other person to live and be happy even if you can't be together. And when he told her to go, to return to the sea and save herself, both of them cried because they knew what was coming next. Before Shim Chung left, she made the decision to erase Joon Jae's memories of her despite his protests because she couldn't bear the thought of him suffering and waiting for her when there was no guarantee she could ever return. And even though Joon Jae begged her not to erase their beautiful memories, telling her that it's better to remember love even if it hurts than to remember nothing at all, and promising that his love would outlast his life and continue into the next one, Shim Chung believed she was protecting him from pain, and so she kissed him one final time, and as their lips met, tears streaming down both their faces, she used her mermaid ability to wipe away his memories of their entire love story, of every laugh they shared, every touch, every confession, every magical moment they created together. And when she left his house and said goodbye to everyone, to Nam-do, Tae-oh, Joon Jae's mother, her friend Shir-ah, and the little girl Yuna who was the reincarnation of a mermaid's daughter and the only other person besides Joon Jae who could hear Shim Chong's thoughts, she erased each of their memories with a handshake, leaving behind no trace of her existence except in her own heart, and then she walked to the beach alone, looked out at the vast ocean that was calling her home, and whispered to herself, "He said that memory is the road back, our story that only I know, so that it doesn't turn sad, that it doesn't disappear, I will protect it, I'll cherish it, and I'll return." And with that promise, she walked into the waves and disappeared beneath the surface, returning to the sea. 3 years passed, and life moved on as it always does. Joon Jae became a prosecutor, using his con artist knowledge to catch criminals instead of becoming one. Jo Nam-do became a lecturer teaching people about taxes and legal loopholes. Tae-oh became a white hat hacker and got engaged to Cha Shir-ah, and everyone lived in Joon Jae's house like a family. But something strange happened. They always kept one empty seat at the dining table as if waiting for someone, though nobody could explain why. And whenever Joon Jae got drunk, he would cry and say, "I miss you," over and over, missing someone he couldn't remember, and he developed a habit of driving to the seaside and staring at the ocean for hours, feeling drawn to the water by a longing he couldn't understand, and his friends worried about him, noticing these strange behaviors but unable to help because they didn't remember Shim Chung either. But here's the beautiful plot twist that made this drama truly legendary. Joon Jae hadn't completely forgotten Shim Chung because before she left, he had started writing everything about her in a journal, recording every detail of their love story, every conversation, every feeling, every moment they shared, creating a written record of their love so that even if his memories disappeared, he could find his way back to her through his own words. And after she erased his memories, he found this journal in his locked safe and spent 3 years reading it over and over again, working desperately to remember her, to feel the emotions he once felt, and he spent the first year clinging to the fading fragments of memories that the journal triggered, the second year traveling to every seaside town searching for any sign of her, and the third year finding and buying the perfect house by the ocean where they could live together when she returned, because Joon Jae, even without his memories fully intact, loved Shim Chung so deeply that his body remembered her, his heart remembered her, his soul knew she was the missing piece of his life, and he refused to give up hope that she would come back to him someday. And finally, after 3 long years of healing in the ocean depths, eating the best foods the sea could provide and recovering her strength, Shim Chung transformed back into human form and returned to Seoul, and when she nervously rang the doorbell at Joon Jae's house, it was Nam-do who answered, and he looked at her like a complete stranger, and her heart sank thinking that her memory erasure had worked too well. And when Joon Jae finally came home and everyone watched to see his reaction, he approached her cautiously, looked at her intently, and asked, "Who are you?" And for a moment, Shim Chong's world crumbled because she thought she had lost him forever, that she had erased herself so completely from his life that there was no way back. And when he asked why she came, she could only think, "I wanted to let you know I'm okay now, that I'm healthy, and that I missed you, and that I love you," but out loud, she just said she knew him briefly in the past but he might not remember. And Joon Jae, seeming cold and distant, said he had a meeting and left abruptly, and Shim Chong stood there devastated, wondering if coming back was a mistake, if she should return to the ocean and never bother him again. But then, as snow began to fall and Shim Chong crouched sadly in the courtyard where she once waited for him, suddenly an umbrella appeared over her head, held by Joon Jae who had come back, and he extended his hand to her just like he did that very first night in Spain, and when she took his hand, he pulled her up and asked, "Is this what you wanted? To be forgotten completely from the world, and even for me to lose you?" And Shim Chong's eyes widened in shock and hope as Joon Jae reminded her that he had asked her not to erase his memory, and then he said the words that made millions of viewers cry happy tears, "Yes, I remember you, in this world, only I remember you." And he explained that he would remember her even if she erased his memory 100 times because while she could erase the specific memories from his mind, she couldn't erase how his body remembered her touch, how his heart had engraved her love so deeply that no magic could remove it, and he told her about the journals he wrote and read obsessively for 3 years, about how he worked every single day to not forget her because he was afraid time would chip away at his memory, about how he spent 3 years searching and preparing for her return, and when she asked why he did all that when there was no guarantee she'd ever come back, he gave the most romantic answer in K-drama history, "Then for the rest of my life, only I would have remembered you, and only I would love you." And they embraced in the falling snow, reunited at last, and it was more beautiful than any fairy tale because this love had fought through death, memory loss, time, and fate itself to find its way home. The story ends with Joon Jae and Shim Chong getting married, moving to a small peaceful village by the sea where Joon Jae works as a prosecutor and Shim Chong becomes pregnant with their child, and they live the ordinary, unremarkable, blissfully happy life that Dam Ryong and Se-won never got to have, watching TV together, laughing at simple jokes, sitting on their porch looking at the ocean, cherishing every single moment because they know how precious it is to be together after everything they endured, and Joon Jae's narration at the end captures the essence of their journey. We live, crying and laughing and being happy and sad over insignificant things, calmly watching every day, every hour, every minute and every second passing by, cherishing the love that traveled far and wide and returned to my side at last, and remembering our far-off, beautiful, secret legend. And this ending isn't just satisfying, it's perfect because it shows that after all the magic, drama, and supernatural elements, what matters most is the simple joy of being with the person you love, of building a quiet, ordinary life together, of protecting the memories that only the two of you share. This love story resonated with millions of viewers worldwide because it touched on universal themes: the fear of being forgotten, the courage to sacrifice for love, the hope that love can conquer even death, the beauty of someone who refuses to give up on you even when you've given up on yourself, and the magic of finding someone whose soul recognizes yours across time and space. And Lee Min-ho's portrayal of Hyo Joon Jae as a con artist with a broken heart who learns to trust and love again was absolutely brilliant, showing emotional depth and vulnerability that many didn't know he was capable of, while Joon Ji-hyun brought Shim Chong to life with such charm, humor, and heartbreaking emotion that you truly believed she was a mermaid experiencing human love for the first time, and their chemistry was so natural and electric that every scene together felt authentic and emotionally charged. From the comedy of Shim Chong learning to be human, to the romance of their growing attraction, to the heartbreak of their separation, to the joy of their reunion. The Legend of the Blue Sea aired from November 2016 to January 2017 and achieved viewership ratings of over 21%, becoming one of the most successful K-dramas of that year, winning multiple awards including Best Couple for Lee Min-ho and Joon Ji-hyun at the SBS Drama Awards, and the soundtrack featuring beautiful songs like Love Story by Lin, A World That Is You by Yoon Mi-rae, and Somewhere Someday by Sung Si-kyung became instant classics that still give fans goosebumps years later, and the drama was exported to countries all over the world, touching hearts in Asia, Americas, Europe, and beyond, proving that a beautifully told love story transcends language, culture, and borders. So why should you watch The Legend of the Blue Sea if you haven't already? Because it's not just another fantasy romance, it's a masterclass in storytelling that weaves together past and present, comedy and tragedy, fantasy and reality into one epic narrative about love's power to overcome literally everything, because it will make you laugh at Shim Chong's adorable misunderstandings of human culture, make you swoon at Joon Jae's romantic gestures and protective love, make you cry during their separation and reunion, and make you believe in destiny and soulmates. Because it shows that real love isn't about grand gestures alone but about the small daily choices to remember, to wait, to hope, to fight for the person who makes your heart beat, because the performances by Lee Min-ho and Joon Ji-hyun are career-defining and showcase their incredible range as actors, because the cinematography is absolutely stunning with beautiful shots of ocean scenes, Spanish landscapes, and Korean coastal villages that make every frame look like a painting, and because ultimately, this drama answers the question, what would you do for love? Would you cross oceans? Would you wait years? Would you fight against fate itself? Would you choose to remember even when forgetting would be easier? Joon Jae and Shim Chong answered yes to all of these, and their love story will stay in your heart long after the final episode ends. If you loved this deep dive into the magical love story of Hyo Joon Jae and Shim Chong, please hit that like button and smash the subscribe button so you don't miss more amazing K-drama content where we explore the most beautiful, heartbreaking, and unforgettable love stories that Korean dramas have given us. Drop a comment below telling me which K-drama couple you want me to cover next. Should it be Goblin and Ji-eun Tak, Moon Gang-tae and Ko Moon-young, or someone else entirely? Share your favorite moment from The Legend of the Blue Sea, because I want to know what scene made your heart flutter or made you cry the most. Was it the umbrella scene, the reunion scene, the sacrifice moment, or something else? And if you haven't watched this drama yet, what are you waiting for? Go watch it right now and experience this magical journey yourself, then come back and tell me how much you cried because I know you will, and don't forget to share this video with your K-drama loving friends who need a reminder of why we all fell in love with Korean dramas in the first place, because stories like Joon Jae and Shim Chong's are why we stay up until 3 a.m. crying over fictional characters, why we believe in destiny and soulmates, why we know that true love really can conquer everything. So until next time, keep believing in love that transcends time, keep hoping for your own legendary love story, and remember that somewhere out there, someone might be crossing oceans just to find you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with another incredible Korean drama love story that will make your heart explode with emotions.